Do you ever look around and think, wow, the world is a crazy place, and it just seems to get crazier and crazier? Ease your mind and take a break. This is Fuel for the Soul with John Giftah. We're a hub for inspirational Christian sermons, practical keys for Christian living, and Christian discussions and interviews. You'll be inspired to live the life that you were created for. Your host is a top-ranking podcaster, best-selling author, world record holder, aerospace engineer, life coach, evangelist, and founder of John Giftah International. Welcome to Fuel for the Soul with John Giftah.
Hey, God bless you. It's such a joy for me to be with all of you today on this segment of the Fuel for the Soul with John Giftah podcast, where I'm going to talk to you today on an important lesson that we can take from Daniel chapter 1. I want you to understand this is a moment when the king of Babylon came to Jerusalem and he took all the, a lot of things from there. And also the scriptures talks about, especially if you look at verse 4, a lot of young men without any physical defect were ransomed, showing aptitude for every kind of learning, well-informed, quick to understand, and qualified to serve in the king's palace were also taken. Here's the thing I want you to understand, that it was not the downtrodden or the ones who were not that good or the ones who were the, quote unquote, poor or written off by society. It was not those people, the underprivileged. It was the ones at the top who were the ones who were really good, the ones who were in the nobility and the royal family. It was of that category of young men who were taken. I want you to understand that, because sometimes we think that, I'm in a better off place. I'm sure I'm not going to get into trouble. Maybe if somebody is getting affected, it's somebody who is maybe, for instance, if you're saying in a country where the borders are at stake, so you may be saying, maybe people in the border region will be affected, not me. Or maybe you're saying, if I'm serving in a certain kind of capacity, then I'll be affected, not me. But here's a situation where you say, for example, even economically, maybe you say, oh, the economy is bad. The ones who are struggling financially, they are the ones who are going to be affected. But here you see in a situation where it was not those people who were affected or who were taken captive, it was those of the royal family, of the nobility. So that means you have to understand that Daniel and his friends were not from just the normal category of people, but they were people who were in influential, in nobility and in the royal, what to say, the ones who were rubbing shoulders with royalty and all of that. So I want you to understand that Daniel was no ordinary guy, or even his friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were also not just ordinary people. So here's the thing I want you to understand, that don't ever think that you are in a position where, I'm safe, nothing will touch me because I've built so much of money or financial stability. I built so much in my life. I've achieved so much, so I know that I cannot be brought down, because you never know when you could be in the position that Daniel and his friends were. And what I want you to understand is like I said, they were in royalty, they rubbed shoulders with royalty, they were among the top class and all of these things. Now, from that position of privilege, they are now taken captive. They were taken captive in a foreign place. Now, here's the thing I want you to understand, right? They had all the reasons to never put their best foot forward in this. They had all the reasons to sit in self-pity. They had all the reasons to not put in their best effort. They had all the reasons why they do not have to be showcasing the spirit of excellence or walking in integrity. They could have walked with a chip on their shoulder. They could have had a bad attitude. They could have always complained. But if you see right across in the first chapter, or even through this entire book, you realize that Daniel and his friends never complained, even though it was unfair for them, even though they could have been missing their family, they could have gone through a lot of emotional toil. But even in the midst of that, you see that Daniel and his friends stood out. They went the extra mile. They had the spirit of excellence. They were in it to not, do it in a very how do I say this, shallow way, with their heart not in it. They did it wholeheartedly in such a way that the king saw that they were 10 times better off than everybody else at the end of their 3-year training period. The king was looking at it and said, you know what, this is so good. Like, how is this possible? And even through, if you notice, even through this book, you realize so many instances where Daniel was promoted, or even Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they always stood out because they were in a position where they honored God in the midst of captivity, in the midst of the situation being unfair. They always stood their ground and did what was right. They did not walk with a chip on their shoulder. They did not have a bad attitude. They did not sit and complain. They did not wait for the time then they'll go back. They knew, this is where I am. Let me do my best here. Let me shine here. Let me go the extra mile. Because I've seen in situations, for example, students, when they're forced into courses they don't want to do, right? What happens? They are having this attitude like, you know what, I didn't want to do this. My family forced me into this, so I'm not going to do my best. And they put themselves in trouble. They spoil their future, and they put their family in trouble as well. Like sometimes, especially in India, with families forcing their children to do engineering. I've seen this a lot. I'm an aerospace engineer, and I've seen students who did not want to do engineering. They would be forced by family, and they used to have 21 backlogs, 30 backlogs for many years. After the batch passed out, they would still not pass out because of this. I've seen that, like, because their attitude is always like, oh, I didn't want to do this, I'm not interested in this, I'm not. But what my challenge is, even if you are in a position or in a place or a course, or you're doing something that you're not interested, put your whole heart into it to honor God. To put your whole heart into that job, even if you don't like it, do your best there to honor God, and God knows how to reward you. God knows how to bless you. God knows how to take you to the next higher levels of your destiny. So that's my challenge. I want to leave with you, and I will see you back in the next segment. God bless you.
You've been listening to Fuel for the Soul with John Giftah. We hope you were blessed and inspired to live the life that God has for you. Make sure to subscribe to the John Giftah YouTube channel for regular uploads of sermons, skits, interviews, and more. Follow John Giftah on Instagram for regular inspirational posts. And don't forget to check out the best-selling books written by John Giftah, Who Am I?, which will help you understand your identity, and the latest #1 bestseller, Unveil Your Purpose, helping you discover your purpose and to start walking in it. Make sure to leave a rating and review, and be sure to share it with your friends and loved ones. If you'd like to donate, you can find the PayPal link in the description. And if you'd like to invite John Giftah to speak at your event or to get more details, go to the website at www.johngiftah.com. See you on the next episode of The Fuel for the Soul with John Giftah. God bless you.